Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, that is on the charts, because today is the 16th of August 2018. So welcome everyone, welcome to this Thursday morning session where we're going to have a look at a few instruments. As always, but before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimers. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, just a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers website, and specifically our JFD research page, where you can go in and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to check us out, and I believe you can find a lot of useful stuff here for yourselves, guys. So yep, do not hesitate to come over and check us out here on our webpage. Right, but for now, let's jump into the charts. So the first one I want to touch on is the FTSE, and as you can see, yesterday was a bit of a down day for the European indices, and the FTSE was one of them. And we saw now a perfect, nice, good close here below this area that I was talking about, the 7510. I was talking about it yesterday in one of my videos, and I was talking about this 7510 area, and specifically this 200 EMA. So if we see a nice, good break and a close below this, now this could turn out to be quite ugly for the index, and we could see maybe further declines here. So I mean, at the moment, just judging by the way everything is shaping up, it's not really looking good for the FTSE. Let's say we do have a good potential area of support here at around 73.35 area, approximately there, 73.36. But to be honest, the next small little pit stop for this index could be this little area right here. Let me just quickly highlight that, mark that for you guys. So that's around the 74.25 area, so approximately there. Now this could be a nice, good potential area of support. Certainly at this point in time, I mean, we could see maybe some sort of a reversal here, a correction back to the upside here, maybe even testing this 75.45 area, and then maybe moving down again. So basically, if you draw a few lines here, we could maybe see something like this happening, where let's say, yep, the index moves back up here, could test the 75.45, and then still moves lower in the day and closes the day below this level, below the 75.10 again, and this is where we could aim for the 74.25 mark. Now certainly, looking from the very short-term perspective, if we would get a nice close here above the 75.45, now we could maybe potentially aim for this level right here. As you can see, we had this upside channel running here, so we could maybe see a bit of a drive here back to the upside, get our rejection here, and then move down again. So certainly this could be a scenario. For now, all eyes are on, of course, are on this level here, the 75.10, and of course the 200 EMA. At the moment, this is looking quite bearish, and we could see a follow-up here, a follow-up drop in this index. So be very careful for those especially who wants to try and buy this one. Let's jump into DAX quickly. Similar story on the DAX, and I was talking about this one yesterday, and you can see we finally managed to get our break here, and this is what I was talking about. I was talking about this potential break here of this upside support line, this long medium-term upside support line that has been running since around the 26th of March, and we've broken it nicely to the downside. We've closed it, and we went lower. So The good potential area of support here that we are watching is the 12,100 level, as you can see, marked here by the low of the 28th of June. Yesterday, the index kind of fell shy just of about 25 points off of that level, but nevertheless this level remains a strong one, and we could see maybe as well a continuation to the downside, where we're going to be looking for a test of this area right here. Let me just quickly highlight that for future reference. So this is what we're going to be looking at, and let's say if we do get a nice break and a close below this level, now this is not really looking good for the index, and we could be seeing further declines, maybe even towards this 11,795 level, so marked here by the low of the 4th of April. Certainly for now, be very careful, but for us to, let's say, start looking at the upside, well, we would need to see a nice good strong reversal back here, back above this upside support line, and also above this 12,400 level. Now if we do get a nice good move above these two, well, I mean, this is where we could start examining higher levels, but for now, of course, the upside is off the table. Let's jump into gold, and gold is showing some interesting activity here. Yesterday we saw this sharp drop here. We managed to almost touch the 1171 level that I have marked here. Now this level is the low seen here around the 6th of January last year. So as you can see, today we managed to break that. We broke that level. We went lower, and this is where the commodity, the precious metal, found support around this 1161 mark, from which it quickly actually reversed back to the upside, moved back above the 1171, and now it's it looks like it's aiming to test the 1181 zone. So the 1181, just to kind of point out, it has been the low here around the 26th and 27th. I think it was the 27th here, the 27th of January last year, from which, as you can see, the index, the yellow metal reversed sharply straight away back to the upside, and continued to push higher. So like I said, for now, keep your eyes on the 1181 for us to, let's say, take a possible, maybe, well, or let's say to consider higher levels here. We would need to see a nice good break and a close above this 1181, and this is where we could potentially see see gold moving a little bit higher, maybe aiming for this 1192 level, and then maybe towards this 1205, so where it could meet this short-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 17th of July. So for now, stay sharp, keep your eyes on this level here in the 1181, but if this suddenly reverses back down, still be very careful with this 1171. It could play out as a good level of support. So yep, for now, like I said, just be very careful, and let's see what's going to happen with this with gold. But to be honest, like I said, at the moment, judging by the way it's shaping up right now, we could see maybe a few more bulls coming in here and maybe trying to push it a little bit higher. So yep, but that's, of course, let's see what happens. Let's jump into a few pairs now, and the first one I want to touch on is the euro dollar. Euro dollar is getting a boost today. Yesterday we can see it managed to drop towards this 113 level, so it tested nicely, but then the bulls jumped in and the buyers jumped in, so they managed to drive this pair back up here and creating somewhat like a doji here. So so basically giving us an indication that we could see a bit of reversal. Now certainly a few of these arrows are no longer valid, and we could maybe see a potential move here to the upside. Now certainly at the moment, as you can see, we're stuck here around this zone. Let me actually jump into the 4-hour chart because it'll be easier to see this. So yep, this is what I'm looking at right now. So we managed to break this 113.70 level, so we're stuck around this 21 EMA right now, shown as the yellow line here on the 4-hour chart. So the next area to watch for us would be this one right here at around 114.25. Certainly we could see a move higher here, a push higher towards this level, towards this 14.27. But if we do get a break here above this level and a nice close above this, actually let's put this level a little bit higher here towards this 30 mark. Now this could be probably a better one to watch instead of that 27 marks. So the 1430, this could be a nice good indication here. If we see a break above this level and we get a nice close above this level, then we could probably expect the pair to move back up here towards the 114.80, or even actually towards this lower side of the range that was trading in for a few months, and that's around the 115-100 level. So for now, certainly this is the scenario that I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at for a possible rejection here at around this 113.70 again, maybe like I said, the drop lower, get a rejection here, and then move higher again, at least towards this 114.30 mark. Now this is, like I said, something from the very short-term perspective, but eventually could play out. So for now, like I said, let me just quickly highlight this little area right here. Oh, there we go. Went wrong a little bit here. There we go. So keep your eyes on today on this 113.70. If we get a break here and a close below this level, well, I mean, this could not look good probably for the pair, and we could see maybe further declines again. So for now, be very sharp, stay and keep your eyes on this 113.70. Looking at the GBPCAD, similar story here on GBPCAD. We're getting a bit of a boost here, but it's currently meeting its good resistance at around this level right here at around 127.30. If we finally see a nice good break and a close above this level, then well, we could potentially start aiming for this area right here at around 127.90. This is where approximately could meet the lower bound of the falling range here, which, as you can see, the pair was trading in for quite a while, since around the beginning of May, and certainly we could see a nice test of that area, but overall we're still quite bearish on this pair, and we could see maybe a rejection here somewhere around this area, somewhere around this lower bound of the falling channel. But if, let's say, this gets a break here, if we do see a nice good break and a close above this 127.90, this would actually place the pair back inside this falling channel, and we could maybe aim for a little bit higher levels here, at least maybe towards the 129.15. But of course, until we see that, we're still going to stick to the downside. If this level, the 127.30 level, continues to hold here as well, then well, be very careful. We could end up moving lower again and testing the yesterday's lows at around 126.60. So something for you guys to keep an eye on. Another pair quickly I wanted to touch on, and that's USDCAD. Now USDCAD, a bit of a, I would say, a bit of annoying pair recently, because as you can see, it was trading here. It looked like it wants to continue pushing lower, but actually then reversed back up here, tested the 131.70 zone again, and yep, it moved lower now. So we're still stuck here between these two lines, between this slightly longer term upside support line here running from the around the 31st of January this year, and we're stuck here below this short-term downside resistance line taken from the 27th of June. So until we get a nice break here through either of the sides, for us to kind of take a longer position here somewhere, to be honest, it would be a bit difficult. So for now, we're going to just continue monitoring, and going to see this activity here. We're going to probably end up moving higher, lower again, but we're going to be still stuck here and getting more squeezed. But for now, let's say, even judging from the shorter term picture, something could like this could be possible if we see a nice good move below this 130 180 level, approximately there. We could maybe aim for these EMAs initially, the 200, the 50, and the 100 here, because as you can see they're kind of piling up into one right now, and we could see maybe a test of that area. And of course, if that doesn't hold, we could see maybe another drop here lower. Certainly we do have some good levels to watch here. This one's recent one, the good level here, the 130.45 mark approximately there, could be a nice potential area for a test, but only if we see a nice good break here below this 130 180, and then of course a move lower below these EMAs here. On the upside, well, with the upside we're going to be very cautious here, because we do have this downside resistance line, which could play out initially and hold the rate down. So for now it's very difficult to say anything about this, apart from keep your eyes on this line here, on this downside resistance line, and on the from the short-term perspective for today, let's say keep your eyes on this 130 180. If it breaks here, we might see a bit of a decline here. And the last pair that I really wanted to touch on, and that quickly, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but that's USDNOK, so Norwegian crown. And as you can see by this daily chart, it's we might be seeing a bit of a correction here coming in. Certainly at the moment, as you can see, it's very strong. It continues to push higher, but at the moment this is where it's getting stuck, and this is where it's testing these highs here that we saw around December time last year. So this was the highest point in December approximately there, and as you can see right now, the pair is trying to break through that level to the downside. And of course, if we're going to stay below this level today, if we're going to stay below this this area, and we're going to close below this area, so yep, we could potentially see some further declines here, where could see maybe a move back down here towards this upside support line running here from the 27th of March, which could still kind of hold it from dropping lower. But again, like I said, until then, this is the scenario that we could see. We could see further decline here to the downside. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching and listening. I kind of went a little bit overboard with my time, but nevertheless, thank you very much. If you want to join me later on in my Traders Tea Time, and that's 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summertime. For now, thank you very much, and bye bye.